Hello, beautiful people. Here is a shortened version of the Yoga Has Your Back practice from last week. I know quite a lot of you have asked me, have said that you'd like to do some yoga at home, but you can't always remember the moves, and this practice was one which I am very glad to say benefited lots of you. So here is the slightly shorter version of Yoga Has Your Back. Enjoy and may it bring you great benefit. Thank you. Here we go. Let's hop onto the mat. And we're going to start in a comfortable seated position with a good connection through the sitting bones. Sitting up nice and tall and taking a moment to connect with the breath. Notice the natural rhythms of your breath, perhaps lengthening each inhale and each exhale. So we're going to begin by bringing the hands to the shoulders, and on an inhale we're going to touch the elbows together, creating space through the back body as we bring the elbows up past the ears, and exhaling as we draw them back down. And repeating with the natural flow and rhythm of your breath. Inhaling as you draw them together and up, and exhaling down. Let's take that 2 more times. Carving a line and creating some space through the back body. Okay, so from here we're going to come over onto all fours and begin to move through some cat-cows, our old faithful friend. So let's get ourselves nice and aligned here, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hip points, and then as you begin to inhale, let's create the movement from the very base of the tailbone, beginning to drop the belly and flow that movement on up through the spine till it reaches the head, and exhaling, beginning to curl the tailbone under, drawing navel up towards the spine, releasing the head down. And now repeat this at your own pace, inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the head. Exhaling, drawing navel to spine. Inhaling, bringing some lovely movement into your spine. You can see my cat just outside there. She's probably going to start pawing the window any minute, wanting to be let in. So if she does, I'm sorry. Animals. Never work with animals or children. I'm kidding, she is absolutely lovely. Except if you're a bird, then she's a demon killer. Okay, hopefully your back is starting to feel a little more fluid. You might want to swing the hips from side to side a little and just tune in with any areas of tension in the back. Taking some time to ease them out, maybe rocking forwards and backwards, side to side, maybe making some big circles or figures of 8 with the hips. Okay, and then bringing it back to neutral tabletop. We're going to combine 2 moves which you might be familiar with here. So with our legs, we are going to take knees wide, toes together, sink the sitting bones back as if we're coming through into extended child's pose. But instead, with the arms, we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take that right arm underneath the left, keeping the left elbow nice and high and a good connection with the earth through that left palm. And breathing into the ribs here. The reason we're doing this here is so that the ribs can come a little closer to the earth And we can breathe some space and some length into those intercostal muscles between the ribs. So take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, push into that left palm and use it to guide you back on up. Take a moment to realign in the center, and then we're going to take that to the other side. So threading the left arm underneath the right elbow stays high, the right palm is really securely connected to the earth. We send the breath into that left shoulder blade, the intercostal muscles between the ribs. And with each exhale, just encourage the ribs a little closer to the earth. Okay, take one more deep breath here. And when you're ready, push into the right palm and bring yourself back up to center. We're coming into one of my favourite stretches for the back and the spine now, puppy dog pose or Anahatasana, heart to earth. So bring the hips and the knees in line once again, so knees underneath the hips. We're going to keep the sitting bones high as we walk the arms, stretching them out along the mat and gently easing the heart space down towards the mat. Notice every sensation in the back, the shoulder blades, the ribs. You might want to bring the forehead down to the mat, or you might prefer to offer the chin towards the mat. Don't be afraid to see which one feels best for you. Breathe length into the spine, creating space underneath the shoulder blades. This is a real power stretch for the back body as we offer the heart space down towards the earth. Take one more deep and nourishing breath here, and then let's begin to slowly walk the hands back up, but we're keeping the palms nicely planted about a shoulder's width apart, fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to curl the toes under and notice each sensation as you draw the sitting bones up into downward facing dog. Another pose which is going to give a really nice juicy stretch out for the back. So push the upper body back towards the legs. Drawing the shoulder blades together, allow the head and the neck to relax and release. You might want to find stillness here, or you might want to pedal the legs a little bit. Drawing the heels down towards the earth. And now we're going to start a slow walk of the feet up towards the hands, taking your time, one foot in front of the other until we come into Uttanasana, forward fold. So you might feel quite a stretch down the backs of the legs here. And interestingly, the more we stretch the hamstrings, the more resilient our lower back becomes. So let's hang out here for a few breaths. You might want to allow the arms just to drop and relax, or you might want to catch the elbows. Alternatively, you might like to take a bind, wrapping the arms around the legs and using each inhale to draw the body a little closer towards the legs. Stay with the breath here. Now from wherever we've got the arms, we're going to take them so that they are next to the ears, length through the arms. Let's think about gathering our energies as we inhale and lever up from the hips, keeping length through the spine. The palms come together and we exhale the hands down to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Okay, let's take a moment here just to connect with our energies before releasing the arms down and finding the foundations of mountain pose. So a secure connection with the feet on the earth, awareness of both feet. Upward current of energy through the front body, down through the back body. Now staying in mountain pose, we're going to take cactus arms, allowing us to draw the shoulder blades together. So imagine you're holding a pencil between the shoulder blades. Open through the heart, but long through the tailbone. Think about balancing the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis. Nice long tailbone. Breathe here, shoulder blades drawing together. And now I'm just going to turn around slightly so you can see what I'm going to do with my arms. I'm going to catch hold of my elbows so that I can keep that sensation of drawing the shoulder blades together. And from there, come into tree pose. So let's open the right knee out, external rotation of the hip, and find a good place to bring that right foot, so above the ankle or below the knee, just not on the knee joint. Send your awareness to the back body here. Okay, now staying where you are, again I'm just going to turn so you can see this next transition. So I'm going to draw my hands down, interlacing the fingers, taking length through the arms, and then begin to kick this right foot back into warrior three. If you have a little wobble like I just did, don't sweat it. Just bring the toes back down to the earth and gradually move yourself back into warrior three. You don't need to lift that back leg very high. More important to keep the integrity of the line from the heel to the head. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to step that right foot back, finding warrior one legs, still long through the arms. Inhale, opening through the heart space. And then as you exhale, we're going to bow forwards into humble warrior. So allow the upper body to rest on that front thigh. You might even like to close the eyes for a moment or here to experience the pose from within. And now drawing up that energy from the feet, strong through the legs, we're going to inhale back up, allowing the fingers and the hands to release and sending them up towards the sky, joyful, warrior one. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, the face nice and relaxed. And when you're ready, we're going to step that right foot up to the left, getting ready to take that little sequence to the other side. So we're going to begin with our tree, catching hold of the elbows behind us. So taking this to the left side now, opening the knee and the hip and finding your tree pose. Shoulder blades drawing together. Try to pull up and out of that standing hip so we're not sinking into it. Keep the length. And again, I'm just going to turn so you can see this transition. We're going to interlace the fingers, taking length through the arms, and kick that leg back into warrior three. Send your focus to a point if it helps you to balance. Use your drishti, your focus here. Breathe. And then when you're ready, see if you can step back, finding a nice firm foundation for warrior one. Open through the heart. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to bow it down into humble warrior. So allow the arms to come over as far as they do comfortably, not feeling you have to push anything too far. Just meet your edge. And stay with the breath here. Now gathering your energies through those strong legs, we're going to inhale back up, release the hands and send them up towards the sky. Send the gaze up, feel that energy flowing up even into the fingertips. Now this time, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to dive down, planting the hands, so we're framing that front foot and stepping it back into plank pose. So the stronger our core, the more supported our spine is. So you might want to spend a few breaths here, maybe rocking backwards and forwards through the ankles, through the heels, sorry. Or you might want to take a few mountain climbers. So we bring right knee to right elbow, step it back. Left knee to left elbow, step it back. Keep supporting with the breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. You've got this. If you want to take a couple more here, please do. But know that at any time you can bring the knees down, which is what I'm going to do now. Knees wide, toes together. Sink it back. Take a child's pose. Sigh it out. Now this time in child's pose, we're going to walk our hands over towards the left side of the mat. Bring the right palm over the left. And then relax down into it, sending the breath to those right ribs, the muscles of the right side body. Hopefully enjoying the stretch and release here. And you know what? If you're not enjoying it, just ease up on it a little bit. If it ever feels too much, don't be afraid to take it back a notch and just soften. Soften and release. Remember, it's how it feels, not how it looks. We're going to begin to walk our hands over to the other side of the mat now, bringing the left palm over the right. And taking a few breaths, sending the breath into the left side body. You might feel some space being created between the ribs. Now walking the hands back through to center. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees and bring ourselves over onto one side of the mat. So I've got my right hand on the center line and I'm going to come into plank from here, Phalakasana, high plank. Now I'm going to transition into side plank by keeping that support through the right arm and turning so I stack the left foot on top of the right. And then reaching that left arm up. We've got the option here to bring the left foot over for a supported side plank. Otherwise, keep lifting on up. And when you're ready, exhale, bring it round. You might want to just stretch it back here for a moment before you take it to the other side. Hello, cat. I'll let you in a minute. Okay, making her debut appearance on Soul Tribe Yoga, Indy, the tortoiseshell cat. I didn't plan this. Okay, right, so over to the left. Our supporting arm is the left arm this time. We're going to turn, stacking right foot on top of the left and opening up to the sky. Knowing we've got the option to step the right leg and the right foot over. Now, side plank is particularly good for anyone with scoliosis or any alignment concerns with the back. The daily side plank, recommended. Okay, let's take it back here. Bring the knees down to the mat, followed by the sitting bones. You have done very well. Okay, let's come back into Sukhasana. A nice comfortable seat. Now before we begin to move towards Shavasana, we're going to take some deep and nourishing breaths here, bringing movement through the back body. So place the hands on the knees. As you inhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades together, sending the gaze up slightly. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the elbows round. The shoulder blades draw apart from one another and the head releases. Inhaling and exhaling. It's a little bit like a seated cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. Go with the rhythm of your breath. Movement meets the breath in a beautiful flow. Opening and closing. Let's take this once more. And the next time you inhale, bring it back to a comfortable seat. So now we're going to turn lengthways on the mat, take the legs out long, bring them together, pointing the toes. Going to sit up nice and tall, interlace the fingers but take steeple grip, so the index fingers are pointing forwards. Now connecting through the core, last little bit of heat to support the back. We're going to sink back as slowly as we can. Okay. So keep that control for as long as you can until finally you can enjoy the back body meeting the earth. Allow the arms to fall down by your sides and let's bend the knees, bringing them together along with the feet. Take the arms as wide as you like. We're going to come into a supine twist, just taking both knees over towards the left and sending the gaze towards the right. You're sending your body signals that it's time to start slowing down and coming towards Shavasana. So you might want to close your eyes here as you inhale, bringing the knees back up to center, and as you exhale, taking them over to the right, turning the head to look down towards the left hand. Bring your focus back to that natural rise and fall of the breath. And on your next inhale, bringing the knees back up to center. Going to wrap ourselves up in a great big hug. Excuse me. So we have the option here to catch the soles of the feet and inhale, lifting the nose towards the knees. Or we can stay down and just enjoy drawing the legs in towards the body. Remember, guys, that yoga has your back. Not only are these poses beneficial for the health of the back and the spine. But yoga really does have your back, so anytime you need to make a little space for yourself, anytime you need a little pick-me-up, a place to connect with what you're feeling, there's always yoga. From here, moving slowly and gently, bring the soles of the feet back to the mat and lengthen each leg in turn. If you've got a little bit of time here, it's always a wonderful thing to give yourself at least 5 minutes in Shavasana, allowing the benefits of the practice to flood the body. So I hope you've enjoyed today's practice. It's been wonderful sharing it again with you. The light in me bows to and honours the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.